Hello and welcome to English Refine. If you have been listening to us for a while, you know our philosophy here.
Mhm.
We do not just want you to learn English, we want you to actually live it.
Right, exactly. Live it.
Because we are here to bridge that massive gap between the classroom where everything is slow and perfect and the real world where people talk fast.
They talk so fast and they interrupt each other constantly.
They do, and they use words you might not find in a traditional dictionary. So our goal is to build your spoken confidence and expand your vocabulary with high-utility phrases.
And ultimately help you master the art of conversation, which is why I am here representing the learner's perspective, the person who loves the idea of fluency, but sometimes trips over their own tongue when the pressure is on.
Which happens to everyone, by the way.
It really does. I am the curious one asking the questions that I know you listening right now are probably shouting at your phone or your computer.
We hear you shouting, "Do not worry."
Yeah, I love traveling and connecting with people from different cultures, but I have to be honest, sometimes the language barrier feels less like a small hurdle and more like a 10-foot wall.
That is exactly why we are here, to dismantle that wall brick by brick. And today we have a very special, very practical mission for this deep dive.
Oh, I am ready.
We are going to tackle a specific environment that is notorious for causing anxiety. It is a place where even native speakers get stressed out,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
where the rules are strict and where communication breakdowns can actually cause real physical problems like missing a flight. We are talking about the airport.
The airport. Just hearing the word raises my blood pressure slightly, I'm not gonna lie.
Right. We are calling this deep dive the ultimate guide to airport English.
Yeah.
From check-in to immigration.
That is a big journey.
It is. But we are going to transform that chaotic, noisy, high-pressure experience into a confident English adventure for you. We want you to walk into that terminal feeling like you own the place.
This is exactly what I need right now. I mean, this is not just hypothetical for me. This is a survival guide I wish I had 5 years ago, and frankly, one I really need today.
It feels very timely for you, doesn't it? Because before we get into the nitty-gritty of terminals and tarmac, I have to ask, how are you doing today?
Oh.
You have a certain energetic but maybe exhausted look about you.
You totally nailed it. I am doing well mostly, but I am definitely running on a lot of caffeine today. I was up way too late last night.
Oh, no. Doing what?
Well, I finally pulled the trigger and started planning my dream vacation.
Oh, wow. That is exciting.
It is, but I was deep in the weeds of flight comparison sites and hotel bookings and itinerary planning. It is just a lot of work.
A dream vacation sounds incredible, though. Where are you planning to go?
Well, it is a bit of an ambitious itinerary. I am planning a trip that starts in London because I have some university friends there I haven't seen in ages.
Oh, that will be wonderful.
And then I'm flying all the way over to Japan.
Wow. From London to Japan.
Yeah, so I am dealing with multiple airlines, multiple time zones, and multiple massive international airports.
That sounds absolutely amazing, but also logically very complex.
It is. And here's my confession. Even though I am planning this amazing trip and I am so excited about the destinations, I am secretly terrified of the journey,
The actual travel part.
specifically the airport interactions.
Yeah.
I have this recurring nightmare where I get to the immigration desk and the officer looks at me with that stern face.
They always have that stern face.
Right. And they ask me a simple question and my English just evaporates.
He just disappears from your brain completely.
Gone. Totally gone. I worry I will just freeze up, forget all my vocabulary, and look incredibly suspicious.
Listen to me. That is completely normal. In linguistics and psychology, we actually talk about foreign language anxiety, and it spikes in high-stakes environments.
And airports are definitely high stakes.
Exactly. They're designed to be stressful. You have announcements blaring over the loudspeakers. You have people rushing to gates.
People are always running.
You have security guards shouting instructions. It is sensory overload.
It really is. It feels like a test you did not study for.
But here is the secret, and this is the core insight for our deep dive today. Airport conversations are extremely predictable.
Predictable. Really?
Yes, they are not random at all. They follow a script,
A script, like a movie.
exactly like a movie or a play. The airline agent has a script. The security officer has a script.
So they say the same things every day.
The flight attendant, the immigration officer, they are all reading from a mental script. They say the same things in the exact same order to thousands of people every single day.
So if I know their lines, I can prepare my lines.
Precisely. It turns the interaction from an improvisation, which is scary, into a rehearsed scene, which is completely manageable.
That makes so much sense.
In the teaching world, we call this English for Specific Purposes, or ESP. You do not need to know how to discuss 18th century poetry or quantum physics to get through Heathrow or Narita.
Thank goodness.
You just need a very specific functional set of tools.
Functional tools. I like that a lot. It makes it sound like a toolkit I can pack in my bag.
That is exactly what we are going to build today. We are going to break this down chronologically.
Step by step.
We will start at the very moment you walk into the departure terminal, and we will not stop until you are safely outside the airport in your destination country.
Okay. I am ready for this toolkit.
And to make this really stick, we are going to do some role-playing.
Oh, acting time. Okay. I am ready. Do I need to do a voice?
No special voices required. I will play the role of the airport staff. You know, the tough but fair officials.
And I will be the traveler.
Yes, the slightly nervous but well-prepared traveler. Let us begin with step 1, which is arriving and checking in.
Okay, step 1.
Imagine you have just walked through those sliding automatic glass doors. It is noisy. You see the long lines. You find the counter for your airline.
I have my luggage with me.
You do. You walk up to the desk. Action.
Good morning.
Good morning. May I see your passport and ticket, please?
Here you are.
Thank you. Are you checking any bags today?
Yes, just one suitcase, and I have a carry-on.
All right. Please place your bag on the scale.
Okay, putting it up there.
I see here it is overweight. I am afraid there is an excess baggage fee for that.
Oh, no. Really? Okay, I can pay that.
Thank you. And would you prefer a window or an aisle seat?
Window seat, please.
Okay, here is your boarding pass. Your flight leaves from gate 24. Boarding begins at 14:30.
Thank you.
End scene.
Oh.
Okay, take a breath. How did that feel?
Honestly, a little stressful when you mentioned the fee. That is a real, genuine fear of mine.
The dreaded overweight fee.
But the language itself felt manageable. It wasn't too complicated.
Let us unpack this because there is some crucial vocabulary and cultural nuance here that you really need to know. First, let us talk about the documents.
Right, the passport and the ticket.
I asked for your passport and ticket, but then at the very end, I give you a boarding pass. This confuses a lot of learners. What is the difference?
That is a good point. I usually think of the ticket as the thing I bought online months ago.
Exactly. The ticket is your reservation. It is usually an email confirmation or a digital record in the airline's database. It proves you paid.
So I just show them the email on my phone.
Yes, or just hand them your passport and they find the ticket in their system. But the boarding pass is the golden ticket.
The physical piece of paper.
Or a digital one. But it is the actual legal document that allows you to pass through security and step onto the plane. You cannot get on the plane with just a receipt or a ticket. You need the boarding pass.
And these days, most people have that on their phone, right? Like
Yeah.
in a digital wallet.
Yes, usually it is a QR code that they scan. But whether it's a piece of paper or a digital square on your screen, the terminology is always boarding pass.
Okay, so ticket gets you the boarding pass, and boarding pass gets you on the plane.
Exactly. Now let us talk about luggage. We distinguish between checked baggage and carry-on.
Right. Checked baggage is the big stuff. I actually call my big suitcase the Blue Fortress.
The Blue Fortress. I love that. Why do you call it that?
It is huge. It is blue. It is completely impenetrable. It is where I keep all my heavy coats and the thick books I'd inevitably buy on trips.
And that goes under the plane, right?
Yes.
Yes, that goes in the cargo hold. We call that checked baggage because you are checking it in to the airline's care. You will not see it again until your destination.
And then you have carry-on or hand luggage, which stays with you in the cabin.
Exactly. But there is a third category that airlines are getting very, very strict about these days. The personal item.
Ah, yes. The backpack versus the suitcase debate.
Precisely. Usually the carry-on goes up in the overhead bin above your head, and the personal item, like a purse or a laptop bag or a small backpack, must go into the seat in front of you.
So you can't just bring two huge bags on board anymore.
No, if you try to bring two giant bags on board, the gate agents will definitely stop you and probably make you pay to check one of them.
Now back to the role play. You hit me with the overweight fee.
The moment of truth at the scale.
Yeah.
Yes. If your bag is over the weight limit, which is usually around 23 kilograms for economy, you have to pay an excess baggage fee.
This is a very common travel nightmare. I see people sweating at the counter all the time.
And it is not cheap. It can be $100 or more. To avoid this, travelers really should weigh their bags at home.
Oh, yeah. I bought one of those little hand scales. It saves so much stress.
That is the best investment you can make. But if it happens at the airport, you need to know your options. You can just pay the fee, or you can ask, can I take a moment to Rearrange my bags.
Rearrange. That is a very polite way of saying, I am going to open my suitcase on the dirty floor and put on 3 winter coats at once.
It is extremely undignified,
Right.
but it can save you a lot of money. It is very good to know the word rearrange, so you can ask for permission to step aside out of the line.
Okay, rearrange. Good word.
Yeah.
I also noticed you asked me about my seating preference. Window or aisle?
The classic debate.
Yeah.
You chose window.
Always window. I want to see the clouds. I want to see the city as we take off. And most importantly, I want a solid wall to lean my head against so I can sleep.
That is completely fair. Window seat gives you the view
Right.
and the wall. The aisle seat is the one right next to the walkway.
Which is better if you are tall, I guess.
Yes. It is great if you have long legs and need to stretch out into the path, or if you think you will need to use the restroom frequently.
Right, the toilet.
Yes. So you do not have to climb over a sleeping stranger every time you need to get up.
I noticed I used a very specific phrase when I handed you my passport in the role play. I said, here you are.
Yes, I absolutely love that phrase.
Yeah.
Here you are. It is the perfect, polite, natural way to hand something to someone. You could also say, here you go.
Is it considered rude to just say nothing, like just slide the passport across the counter?
It can be perceived as a bit cold. If you just shove the passport at them in silence, it feels purely transactional and slightly aggressive.
Like you are treating them like a vending machine.
Exactly. Saying, here you are, connects you to the person. It acknowledges the human interaction. It's just good manners.
It feels very natural to say, here you are, here you go.
One more detail about check-in before we move on. Sometimes you will not see a human at all initially.
Right, a lot of it is automated now.
Yes, you might use a kiosk, which is the standalone computer screen, to print your bag tag yourself. And then you go to a bag drop.
Ah, bag drop. I have seen those signs everywhere.
Yes. If you have already checked in online and you have your boarding pass on your phone and you printed your tag at the kiosk, you do not need the full-service check-in line.
You just look for the sign that says bag drop.
Exactly. You just drop the bag on the belt and they scan it.
Mm.
It is usually much faster.
Okay, so I have my boarding pass. My blue Fortress has been sent away on the conveyor belt. Now comes the part I genuinely dislike the most.
Step 2, the security check.
The place where everyone is rushing and I feel like I'm going to get in trouble even though I haven't actually done anything wrong.
That is a universal feeling. Even I get nervous at security. But again, it is just a script.
It feels like a very intense script, though.
It is, because the tone changes here. At check-in, the agent is in customer service mode. They are polite, they smile. At security, the officers are focused entirely on safety and speed.
They do not care about customer service.
Not at all. They use the imperative mood. They give direct command.
Commands. That is why it feels so aggressive.
Yes. Let us role play it so you can get used to the rhythm and the directness of it. I am the security officer. You are standing in line with your tray. Action.
Okay, I am ready.
Next. Please put your bags in the tray. Laptops and tablets out. Large electronics in a separate bin. Empty your pockets.
No, I need to take off my shoes?
Yes. Shoes and belt off. Place them in the bin. Do you have any liquids?
Oh, no, I have a water bottle in my backpack.
You cannot take that through. Finish it or throw it away.
Okay. Tossing it in the trash.
Step through the scanner. Step right here.
Okay, stepping through.
Beep. Step back, please. Check in pockets.
Oh, I forgot my keys. Sorry about that.
Put them in the tray. Try again.
Stepping through again.
All clear. Collect your items.
Phew. That was intense. Even just in a role play, I felt my heart rate go up when you said beep.
Let us break it down to lower that heart rate for you and for everyone listening. The vocabulary here is very physical and object-oriented.
Right, it is all about things.
First, the tray, or the bin. These are the plastic boxes you put your stuff in to go through the X-ray. You might also hear the word divest.
Divest. That sounds like a finance word.
It does. But in airport security, if they say divest all metals, it simply means take them off. Remove them from your body.
And then laptops out. That is a huge rule.
Always. In most airports, electronics larger than a standard smartphone like laptops, Kindles, iPads, they must be removed from your bag.
And placed in a separate bin, right?
Yes. So the X-ray machine has a clear view of them. If you leave a laptop buried in your bag, they will stop the belt, they will search your bag, and everyone behind you will sigh very loudly.
Nobody wants to be the person holding up the security line.
Definitely not. Now let's talk about the liquids rule. This catches so many people out every single
The
day.
100 milliliter rule.
Yes, the 100 milliliter rule. You cannot take liquids in containers larger than 100 milliliters. And this is where people get so confused. It is not just water or juice.
Right. It is anything that is a liquid aerosol or gel.
Exactly. Toothpaste, hair gel, lotions, perfumes, and the one that surprises everyone is food items like peanut butter or soft cheese.
Wait, peanut butter is considered a liquid.
Yes, in the eyes of airport security, if you can spread it, it is a liquid.
That is wild.
So if you bring a big glass jar of gourmet peanut butter or a nice soft camembert cheese from France in your carry-on bag, they will absolutely confiscate it.
Note to self. Eat all the cheese before arriving at the airport.
Good plan. Eat the cheese in the taxi. No, what about the beep? That sound is the source of so much pure anxiety.
It feels like a loud alarm screaming criminal to the whole room.
It really isn't. It is just a metal detector. If it beeps, do not panic. You are not going to jail. It usually just means you forgot something very small.
Like a belt buckle.
Yes, a belt buckle, some coins left in your pocket keys, maybe a watch you forgot to take off.
Or in my case, in the role play, my house keys.
Exactly. The officer will just say, check your pockets. You check them, you put the metal in the tray, and you walk through the machine again.
It is that simple.
Yes. And here is a huge confidence tip for security. Do not rush.
But everyone behind me is glaring at me.
Let them glare. The people behind you can wait for 10 extra seconds. Take your time to carefully remove your belt, take off your heavy jacket, and organize your items in the trays.
That is hard to do when you feel the pressure.
But it is actually faster to be slow and correct than to rush, forget your keys beep, and have to do the whole process all over again while they search you.
Faster to be slow and correct. I like that a lot. It reminds me of that military phrase, slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
Precisely. That applies perfectly to airport security. Also pay attention to the flow of traffic after the scanner. Once you are cleared and you have your trays, do not stand right at the end of the conveyor belt to put your shoes back on.
But my feet are cold and I want my shoes.
Pick up your trays with your shoes in them and walk to the repacking area. There are always benches or metal tables a few meters away.
Oh, I see. So you clear the area for the next person.
Yes. If you slowly dress yourself right at the end of the conveyor belt, you block the entire line. That is the #1 way to deeply annoy your fellow travelers.
Okay, that is an excellent etiquette tip. Grab your bins and go.
Yeah.
Then get dressed.
Exactly. So congratulations, you have survived security.
Mm-hmm.
You have put your belt back on, which is always an awkward little dance to do in public.
Very awkward.
And now you are in the airside area.
Airside. That sounds very official. What does that mean?
It just means you are past the security checkpoint. You are in the secure zone. You are in the departure lounge with the duty-free shops and the restaurants. Now we move to step 3, finding the gate and boarding.
I need to find where my actual plane lives.
Yes. Let us role play this.
Yeah.
You are looking up at the big digital screens, the departures board.
Okay, looking up at the board. Ah, there's my flight. Flight BA 237 to London. Let me look across the screen. It says gate 24. Boarding. Oh, wow. I really need to hurry.
We are now boarding zone 1 and passengers requiring special assistance. Please have your boarding passes ready.
Okay, I am speed walking over there. Excuse me, is this the right line for boarding?
What zone are you, sir?
I am zone 1.
Yes, go right ahead. Scan your pass right here.
Beep, thank you. Walking down the tunnel now.
And scene.
Okay, the vocabulary there seems pretty simple, but I just know there are some hidden traps.
The biggest trap is misreading the status on the departure screen.
Hmm.
You saw the word boarding. That means go to the gate right now, the plane is loading. But let us look at the other words you might see. What if it says delayed?
Delayed means the flight is running late. Time to go get a very expensive airport coffee.
Exactly. What if it says canceled?
Canceled means the flight is not happening at all. Time to cry and call the airline.
Right. Now what if it says go to gate or gate open?
Does that mean boarding has started?
No. It means the gate area is ready for you to sit down and wait there, but the actual boarding process onto the plane hasn't started yet.
Okay, so no need to panic yet.
Right.
Yeah.
And the most stressful status of all, final call.
Final call means sprint. Run for your life. I've definitely sprinted through an airport for a final call before. It is not a graceful experience with a heavy backpack bouncing around.
It is the ultimate cardio workout. Now let us talk about zones or groups. This is a massive part of modern airport culture.
It confuses me so much. Why can't we all just walk onto the plane when we are ready?
It is organized chaos. To make the loading process faster, airlines board passengers in specific sections.
Right?
Your boarding pass will have a specific number or letter printed on it. Group 1, Zone C, Priority Economy, whatever that specific airline calls it.
And you just wait for your number.
You must wait for that specific group to be called over the loudspeaker. If you go up early when they're calling Zone 1 and you are actually in Zone 4, The machine will make a very loud, sad, buzzing noise.
Oh, no.
The gate agent will look at your ticket, shake their head, and send you all the way back to the end of the line.
That is the ultimate walk of shame. I definitely want to avoid that.
Definitely. It is a rookie mistake. So just listen closely to the announcement. We are now boarding Zone 1. And what about that tunnel you walked down to get to the plane? What did you call it?
I just called it the tunnel.
The proper term is the jet bridge, or the jetway.
The jet bridge. I like that. It always feels like a magical transition tunnel. You are leaving the solid ground of the terminal and entering the flying metal tube.
A very poetic way to look at a slightly claustrophobic walkway. And you used a really great functional phrase in that role play. Is this the right line for boarding?
Yeah, I use that phrase all the time, actually. Sometimes you get to the gate, and there are 3 different lines snaking around, priority economy bag check, and there are 0 clear signs.
That is so common.
So just asking, is this the right line, is an absolute lifesaver.
It really is.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to ask your fellow passengers. They're usually just as confused as you are, and they're always happy to confirm if you were in the right place.
Okay, so I have walked down the jet bridge. I am stepping onto the actual plane. That brings us to step 4, inside the plane.
Yes. This is the environment where politeness becomes your absolute superpower. You are entering a very small, confined space with hundreds of strangers for several hours.
It is a recipe for tension.
It is. Let us role-play the interactions with the cabin crew.
Okay, I am walking down the aisle.
Welcome aboard. Please check your seat number and step out of the aisle quickly. Once you are seated, please fasten your seatbelt.
Okay, sitting down, clicking the belt.
Fast forward a few hours.
Yeah.
I'm walking down the aisle with a metal trolley. Excuse me, sir, would you like chicken or pasta?
Chicken, please, and could I have some water?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Simple interactions, right? But they are incredibly vital for a smooth flight.
Fasten your seatbelt. That is the #1 rule of flying.
It is. And you need to know about the seatbelt sign. It is that little illuminated sign above your head.
The one that chimes when it turns on. Ding.
Yes. When that light is on, you do not get up. Period. Not to go to the toilet, not to get a book out of your bag. You stay seated with your belt securely fastened. It is for your safety during turbulence.
And you mentioned the overhead bin earlier. That is the cupboard above the seats, right?
Correct. You put your larger carry-on bag in the overhead bin. But remember a crucial detail. If the flight is completely full, they might run out of space up there.
What happens then?
In that case, the crew might announce that they need to check your bag at the gate.
Oh, so they take it away from you right before you get on.
Yes, they give you a tag, you leave it at the end of the jet bridge, and they put it under the plane for free. So always keep your passport and medications in your smaller personal item under your seat.
That is a brilliant tip. I would panic if my passport was in the bag they took away. Now let us talk about the most famous question in all of aviation history. Chicken or pasta?
It is an absolute classic. But look closely at how you answered me in the role play. You didn't just grunt and say, chicken. You said, chicken, please.
And if I didn't want anything, I would say, no thank you.
Yes. These are the magic words, please, thank you. Excuse me. They completely change the way the cabin crew treats you.
They do work really hard.
Flight attendants work incredibly long, exhausting shifts in a pressurized tube. If you are polite and make eye contact, they will go out of their way to help you. If you are rude or demanding or don't look up from your phone, you will get the absolute bare minimum of service.
Excuse me is a big one for me. I use that whenever I need to get past someone to go to the toilet.
Exactly. If you chose the window seat, you have to climb over the person in the aisle seat. You cannot just silently push your legs past their knees.
That would be so awkward.
It'd be terrible. You simply tap them lightly or wave and say, excuse me, could I get past?
What about if I need something from the crew while I'm seated, like if I am really thirsty?
You can press the call button above your head. It has a little icon of a person on it, but please do not abuse it. Do not press it every 10 minutes.
Only for real requests.
Right. Or when they
Yeah.
walk by collecting trash, you can just catch their eye and say, excuse me, can I have some water, please?
Could I have?
Notice the structure there. Could I have some water?
It is soft, it is extremely polite, and it is perfect natural English.
Could I have some water, please? Okay, locking that specific phrase in my brain. Also, I have heard the phrase tray table a lot on flights.
Yes. During takeoff and landing, you will hear, please put your tray table in the upright and locked position.
That just means fold the little table away, right?
Yes, fold it up and lock it against the seat in front of you. And they might also mention the window shade. That is the plastic blind that covers the window. They often ask you to open it for landing for safety reasons.
Okay, Sarah. We have flown across the world. We've eaten the slightly weird airplane pasta or the chicken.
We have watched 3 movies, we half slept.
We are exhausted. The plane has finally landed, but now we face the final boss. Step 5. Immigration and Customs.
The final boss. This is the exact part I told you earlier makes me so nervous.
It feels intimidating because it is a formal, official government checkpoint.
Yeah.
But you have to remember their mindset. They just want to know that you are a safe traveler and that you will leave the country when your visa says you should leave.
So they're not actively trying to trick me?
They're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to test your grammar. They just want the basic facts. Let us role play this one carefully. It is arguably the most important interaction of the whole trip.
Okay. I am walking up to the glass booth.
Good afternoon, sir. Passport, please.
Here you are.
What is the purpose of your visit today?
Tourism. I am on vacation.
How long are you staying in the country?
2 weeks.
And where are you staying?
At the Hilton Hotel in the city center.
Do you have anything to declare?
No, nothing to declare.
Stamp sound?
Okay.
Welcome. Enjoy your stay.
Okay, that actually wasn't so bad, but I really felt the pressure to give the exact right answers quickly.
And you gave perfect answers. They were short, they were clear, and they were honest. Let us look closely at what we call the big 3 questions. Question 1 was, what is the purpose of your visit?
I just said tourism.
Which is perfect.
Mhm.
You could also say vacation or holiday if you were in the UK, or sightseeing or visiting family. If it is for work, you simply say business.
Just one word.
Yes. What you should absolutely not do under any circumstances is tell a long, rambling story.
So I shouldn't say something like, well, I have always wanted to see Big Ben since I was a little boy, and my grandmother used to tell me stories about living in London during...
No, absolutely not. Please stop talking immediately.
Too much information.
The immigration officer has a line of 500 tired people behind you. They're looking to fit you into a specific visa category. They do not want a biography.
I guess talking too much just slows everything down.
It slows it down, and worse, if you talk too much, you naturally start to sound nervous. And if you sound nervous, they're trained to think you are hiding something illegal. Just say tourism. Done.
Keep it incredibly simple.
Okay.
Got it.
Question 2 was, how long are you staying? And you answered, 2 weeks.
But what if I do not know exactly? Like, I have a return flight, but it is flexible. Maybe it is 13 days. Maybe it is 15 days.
In that case, you can use softening words. You can say about 2 weeks or around 10 days. The word about is a great tool here.
About 2 weeks.
It shows you have a definite plan, but it is an honest estimate. But try to be as specific as you possibly can. If you just shrug and say, I do not know, that looks incredibly suspicious.
Right, because immigration wants to know for a fact that you are planning to leave eventually.
Exactly. I do not know sounds a lot like I might stay here forever and work illegally.
Okay, I see the danger there.
Question 3, where are you staying?
This is a crucial one, right?
Yes. Always have the name and the full address of your hotel or your friend's apartment written down on a piece of physical paper or saved offline on your phone.
Even if I know it in my head.
Even if you speak perfect native English.
Yeah.
After a 14-hour flight, your brain might just freeze. Or your phone battery might die right as you walk up to the desk.
That would be a disaster.
Being able to physically hand them a printed piece of paper with the address is the ultimate backup plan.
I actually screenshot my hotel booking on my phone before I fly, just in case the airport Wi-Fi does not connect.
That's a pro tip right there. That's an excellent preparation. Now let's look at the final question in the role play. It was about customs. I asked, do you have anything to declare?
And I confidently said nothing to declare, but actually I want to clarify something. What is the real difference between immigration and customs? People use the words interchangeably.
It is a great distinction to make. Immigration checks you. They check who you are, they check your visa, and they check your passport. Customs checks your stuff. They check what is inside your suitcases.
Ah, okay. Person versus bags.
Exactly. So to declare something means to officially tell the government that you have an item that might be restricted or that you might need to pay tax on.
So if I bought a cheap plastic souvenir for my mom, do I need to declare it?
No. Usually you only need to declare things if they are very expensive commercial goods that you plan to sell in the country. Or if you're carrying very large amounts of cash, usually over $10,000.
Okay. I definitely do not have $10,000 in cash.
Or, and this is a big one, agricultural items.
Agricultural. Like if I brought 500 sausages in my suitcase.
If you were brought 500 sausages, you would definitely absolutely need to declare them.
Yeah.
and customs would probably take them away and destroy them.
Good to know.
Fresh fruit, raw meat, live plants, certain seeds. These are often strictly prohibited because of biosecurity. They can carry diseases or pests.
So don't bring an apple from the airplane into the country.
Exactly. Leave the airplane apple on the airplane. If you are just a normal tourist with your clothes, your camera, and a normal amount of money,
Yeah.
you have nothing to declare.
And then I just walk through the green lane, right?
Yes. Most airports have color-coded exits. You walk through the green channel, which says, nothing to declare. The red channel is for goods to declare.
Green for go, red for stop and declare. That is easy to remember.
Now let us talk about confidence tips for this immigration interview. You said you were nervous. How should your body language be?
Well, I tried to just stand up straight and smile.
That is perfect. Smile, but keep it natural. Make steady eye contact with the officer, and crucially, take off your sunglasses and take off your hat before you step up to the line.
Why is that?
It shows basic respect. And more importantly, it shows you have nothing to hide. They need to see your face clearly to match it to your passport photo.
And what if I genuinely do not understand what the officer is asking me? That is my absolute biggest fear. What if they mumble, or they have a very thick local accent, or they just use a vocabulary word I have never heard before?
Please listen to this. You have the fundamental right to ask for clarity. You can simply say, could you repeat that please? Or please speak slowly.
Is that allowed? Will they get mad?
They might be slightly impatient, but it is not a crime to not hear someone clearly. It happens to native speakers all the time due to the glass barrier and the noise.
That is true. Airports are loud.
It is infinitely better to ask them to repeat the question than to panic guess what they said and give a completely weird or incorrect answer.
Right. If they ask, how long are you staying? And I panic guess and just say, yes, that looks really bad.
It looks terrible. If you just say yes to a quest, how long question, the officer gets confused and suspicious, and then they will ask you 10 more questions.
Ah.
So just ask, sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat it?
Okay. I feel much better about that. We have officially cleared immigration. I have my passport stamp. I kind of feel like I have won a prize.
You have won. The prize is your vacation.
Yeah.
You just follow the signs. You go collect your blue fortress from the baggage claim or the carousel.
And I am free.
Almost. There's one last category of English we need to cover before we finish today. We call this the Help I'm Lost Survival Kit.
Step 6, the survival kit. Because, let us be honest, airports are massive, confusing mazes.
They are architectural nightmares sometimes. So here are the absolute essential phrases you need in your back pocket for when things inevitably go wrong or you get turned around. Number 1, excuse me, can you help me?
The universal opener.
It works on absolutely everyone. Airline staff, janitors, security guards, or just other passengers. First you say, excuse me, to get their attention politely. Then, can you help me establishes that you have a problem?
And then you follow it up with a where is question.
Exactly. You need the where is phrases. Where is the baggage claim? Where is the exit? Where is the taxi stand? Where is Terminal 2?
Where is the nearest restroom? That is a very important one.
Essential.
Yeah.
And the final phrase in the survival kit, and perhaps the most important one for language learners, is simply, I don't understand.
It is so simple, but it is very honest.
It is. If someone is giving you rapid-fire complicated directions, pointing in 3 different directions, just stop them and say, I am sorry, I don't understand. Can you point on the map?
Combining these is powerful. Excuse me, I don't understand. Where is the taxi stand?
Exactly. That combination of vulnerability and a direct question will get you out of almost any trouble. People generally want to help you if you are polite.
Sarah, this deep dive has been incredibly thorough. I honestly feel like I have just mentally walked through the entire airport from the front door to the taxi rank outside.
That is the immense power of visualization and preparation. Walking through the script in your mind builds real neural pathways. But before we wrap up today, I want to touch on the overall mindset one more time.
Okay.
Tom, think back to our role plays today. You made a few mistakes as the traveler. You forgot your keys in your pocket at security. You tried to bring a full water bottle through.
I did. I was a messy traveler.
But did the world end? Did alarms go off and did you get arrested?
No. The officer just corrected me, told me what to do, and we moved on to the next step.
Exactly. Listeners, please remember this one core fact. Thousands and thousands of people travel through these global hubs every single day with imperfect English.
It is a totally international space.
The airport staff are completely used to it. They deal with people from literally every country on Earth. They are experts at nonverbal communication and basic English.
So I don't need to have perfect grammar.
You absolutely do not need to speak like a poet. You do not need complex sentence structures. You just need to be clear and you need to be polite.
Like we said earlier, chicken please is 1,000 times better than trying to construct a long, complex grammatical sentence about your personal dietary history.
Exactly. Chicken please gets you fed. And that is the functional goal. Mission accomplished.
I love it. Okay, I really think I am ready for my big trip now. I am ready to face the baggage scale, the metal detector, and the immigration officer.
You are definitely ready. But we are not letting you or our listeners go just yet without a little rapid-fire review of the vocabulary. Let us recap the key terms we covered today to lock them into memory.
Okay, hit me. I'm ready for the quiz.
What is the specific document that actually gets you onto the plane?
The boarding pass. Not the ticket, the boarding pass.
Correct. What do we call the big, heavy bag that goes down under the plane in the cargo hold?
Checked baggage. Because you check it in.
Right. And what is the term for the specific numbered door or area where your plane leaves from?
That is the gate, like gate 24.
Good. What is the vocabulary word for the slightly claustrophobic tunnel you walk down to step onto the plane?
The jet bridge.
Perfect. Now the big one. What do we call the government checkpoint where they check your identity and your passport?
That is immigration.
Uh,
Checking the person.
And what is the checkpoint where they check your bags to see if you are bringing in agricultural goods or expensive items?
Customs. Checking the stuff.
You nailed it. And finally, what is the universal magic phrase to get someone's attention politely in any of these situations?
Excuse me.
A+ student. You passed the test. Now, for everyone listening right now, we have a quick speaking practice task for you to do right this very second.
Oh, an interactive assignment.
Yes. I want you to answer the classic immigration question aloud. Yes, I mean actually talking to your phone or your computer, wherever you are listening. I will be the officer. Here we go. What is the purpose of your visit?
Go on, say it out loud. Right now. I am here for tourism, or I am here for business.
Let us try it one more time. Imagine I am looking at your passport. What is the purpose of your visit?
I am here for vacation.
Excellent. I want you to practice that specific sentence in front of a mirror tonight. Get completely comfortable with the physical sounds of the words in your mouth. Tourism, business, visiting family.
It makes a really huge difference to actually say it out loud, not just think it in your head. The muscle memory is real.
Absolutely. The mouth needs practice just like the brain does. Well, I think we have successfully navigated the entire terminal today.
I think so too. I honestly feel so much less nervous about my upcoming trip to Japan and London. I'm actually kind of excited to use my new functional phrases. I'm going to walk up to the desk and say, is this the right line for boarding with so much pure confidence?
That is exactly the spirit we love to see. To all of our listeners out there, thank you so much for flying with us today on this deep dive from English Refine.
It has been a great journey.
Remember, travel is fundamentally about discovery and connection. Do not ever let the fear of a language barrier stop you from getting out there and seeing the world.
You have the coolest now.
You do. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath. You are officially ready for takeoff.
Safe travels, everyone. Please send us a postcard or leave a comment down below telling us all about your own airport experiences. We read all of them, and we would absolutely love to hear your stories of triumph.
This has been English Refined. Keep practicing, keep living the language, and we will see you in the next deep dive.
Bye, everyone. Safe flights.